what is going on? I am Cole and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I am going to be talking about some of my most anticipated comics for the week of January 25th, 2023. So if you want to see what those comics are, make sure you stick through this intro.
Most anticipated comic books. Most anticipated comic books from Cole.
So thank you for watching that. And once again, thank you to my dude, Dan Piercy, for creating that song. I really enjoy it, and it has really added a little extra flair to this video. So I would say check out his channel. I should have his information up here for you to find him. Let's get into these comics. But before I do that, one of the things I always like to say is that I get all of my information from League of Comic Geeks. If you are unsure about this site, you can go there, you can mark stuff to your pull list, but you can also just kind of see what's coming out. The reason that I like to do this is because I always show these things, just because sometimes there are delays, things get pushed back, especially in some of these indie comic books that I talk about, they get moved back. An example is last week, I talked about a book from SourcePoint Press by Cullen Bunn called Nightwalkers. And to my knowledge, as we scrolled through that, I saw that cover there. So I think that that book has been pushed back. And I just returned from my local comic shop and I did not actually see that. So I just want to let that be known because sometimes there are some issues with some of these books and getting pushed back or delayed. If you didn't see it, on Tuesday, I went live with my buddy Blake over at Blake's Buzz, and we did a new show called Blake and Cole Read a Book. I'll have the link up to volume 1 of that. We ended up reading volume 1 of Absolution from AWA, and it's been a lot of fun. We enjoyed doing that. I think we're going to do Grimm volume 1 this week, Tuesday. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you find that video, hit the notify, and make sure to be there at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we talk about Grimm Volume 1. Another video that I dropped, and sorry to do some self-promotion before I show you these comics, is Bearded Comic Pro and I did our 2022 covers of the year. So I'll have the playlist up here. You should be able to go there and watch all the videos as we see what covers people are talking about. We'd love to have you guys join us. All you need to do is show off your 10 favorite covers that you own that came out in 2022. But you're here to learn about these comics and not to hear me talk about other videos that I made. So let's start it off strong. This is a book that I actually talked about probably 2 or 3 months ago, and it is Vineyard number 3. This is coming out from Aftershocks Comics. This is from writer Brian Hawkins, artist Sammy Cavella. I have really loved what I've seen from this comic so far. This is issue 3. It had that weird hiatus just due to some of the stuff that was going on with Aftershock, but I'm hoping that we get to see this book through, and I think that this is going to be an awesome 3rd issue. One of my favorite things about this is just it takes this family who has some stuff going on. They own this winery, and maybe they have to do some sacrifices to keep the winery thriving. It is a good mixture of horror and suspense, and I think that if those are the types of things that you like, this is an awesome book to pick up. My next book is a DC book, and if you haven't been following my DC UI adventures, you know that I've pretty much gone to all of my reading in digital when it comes to DC Comics. But there's an exception, and The Human Target, number 11 from writer Tom King and artist Greg Smallwood is one of those exceptions. I just recently read issues 1 through 10 in about 2 days, and I am so pumped to see what's going on with it. Issue number 9 was an awesome issue that had some Batman stuff going on. Issue number 10 knocked it out of the park. We've got 2 more issues in this mini series, and I have really been loving it. So let's see what happens in this penultimate issue. And the final book in the ongoing longer ones is going to be Saga number 61. Let's talk about this. Saga's back. It took a while to come back. We got an arc of it, and now it's back again. I have been loving Saga. Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples are putting together a masterpiece with this one. I am just glad that we get more of this. Saga has been one of my favorite comics of all time, and every time that an issue of Saga is released, I guarantee there's a good chance that it is going to make this list. And now it's time where we talk about these number ones. But before I talk about my pick, I am going to introduce you to my guest co-host today. It is Travis Gibb. And if you've been watching some of the other videos that I've released this week, he has made his appearance on a few of these videos. So let's see what Travis has to pick for this week.
Hi guys, for 125 when you're going into your comic store, I have one recommendation. 125, January 25th, Coins of Judas. It's a brand new book from Band of Bards. It's a very good book. I wrote it. This is my first book that I've ever got into previews that's a full issue. So Coins of Judas, highly recommend it. It's coming in. It's got two covers. It's got a cover A and a cover B by Stan Yak. It's very cool. What it's about, 30 coins of silver got thrown down in front of the Pharisees. Those coins produce 30 demons that were bought for the worst sins ever imaginable. And then we follow a family who've been hunting these coins, trying to retrieve them, trying to kill these demons, remove them from the world. They're hunting them down, and they're in a tough spot. They haven't liked each other for a little bit. It's been a while, but that is what I recommend. And if you don't like it, I guess you can get that Turtles book. I guess Turtles Last Ronin's coming out. I guess you can get that. Kevin Eastman's a pretty good dude. But I recommend Coins of Judas. Ask Comic Store for it.
And those are some awesome picks, Travis. I do have to admit that I love Coin of Judas. It is a book that I've already read the first issue, and I really enjoyed it, but I made sure to order the A and the B cover from my local comic shop. If you were unable to do that, if you go down below into my links, I do have where you can pre-order Comic Book Poser and my variant. We still have A and B covers available with those when you pre-order. So if you want to be able to read the story, you get that A or B cover to dig into as you go through it. I also noticed that he mentioned The Last Ronin. I did not really love Last Ronin, but I'm still probably going to read this book. I just want to know, how did you feel overall about Last Ronin? I know that it had very mixed reviews. I think the delays really killed it for me, but I'd love to know what people think in the comments down below. The next book is something that I loosely didn't think that I'd ever talk about, but this is Archie vs. the World, #1. And I've kind of said that like post-apocalyptic and dystopian books maybe aren't always for me, but this one seems pretty hilarious. The pitch for this is, in a post-apocalyptic future, our hero, Archie Andrews, is cursed to walk the world alone. Well, alone with his souped-up jalopy, but Archie can defend himself. In fact, he is the master of a brutal, deadly form of martial arts and must use his skills when he comes face to face with the rival of the evil mirror image, Reggie. The action-packed one-shot is equal parts Mad Max Fury Road and the Fist of the North Star, and reunites the Jughead the Bulgarian team for the 2022 smash hit comic, the best Archie comic ever. This is 32 pages. It's got a cover price of $3.99. It's got writer Aubrey Stitterson and pencilist Jed Daughtry. I don't know too much about either of these people, but this is a one-shot. It's only $3.99. It sounds pretty fun. Who knows? This could be awful. This could be great. But hey, I think that it's maybe worth it if this seems fun and silly for you. And the final book of the number ones, we're going to go Darkwing Duck, #1. If you are a 90s kid like me, this probably was a show that you love. We've got David Nakayama on the main cover, and I love what David Nakayama does. This is such a fantastic cover, but we've got the writer of Amanda Dabert. We got artist Carlo Loro and letterer Jeff Elkenberry, who are making this book. I don't know too much. I really kind of, I had mixed reactions on that Gargoyles book, but I'm going to pull issue #2. I think that this one might be a little bit better. I was a huge Darkwing Duck fan. Everyone knows Darkwing Duck pulled some stuff from Batman. I think this is going to be really fun. And who knows? If it's not, there are so many great covers that you have to just know that it's going to be it. If you do not know who Darkwing Duck is, you should probably go, maybe check YouTube. You might be able to see some episodes of Darkwing Duck. I think that you could have some fun with this. And maybe it'll be something that you'll want to go for. But there are a ton of variant covers. So I just want to talk about a few of them. There is, first off, this Mariko and Dolfo one. This is just the B cover, and this one is freaking awesome too. We've also got the blank variant, which it looks like it is a slight pink hue. I'm probably going to pick that one up. We've also got the 1 in 30 action figure variant. I normally don't pick up ratio covers like this, but this one is pretty sweet. Depending on the price point, I might get it, but I'm doubting that I probably will. And the final one, this is the FOC version. This takes homage from that Batman Year 1 cover for issue, I think, 405, but this is another sweet one. I don't know what the FOC variant means for this, so I probably won't even have an opportunity to get it, but it is a sweet cover, and I'm just pointing it out, and hopefully somebody else can see this and maybe get it. If you know what that FOC means, let me know down below. I'm guessing that you had to maybe order it by final order cutoff, or maybe order a certain amount by final order cutoff. Not entirely sure, but if you know, please let me know. I always love learning new things. And I told you that that was the final issue, but I'm lying to you because this is a segment where I talk about bad idea books. We have Bad Idea, The Ends, number 3. At the time of recording, I still haven't read issue number 2 yet, and that's only because I had a little bit of time while the kids were asleep and the wife was away that I could record this video. I'm probably going to end up reading that tonight, but the Bad Idea books have been killing it. Maria and Latham and David Latham have been doing a good job on The Ends. I loved issue 1. I'm excited to see what this is. Hopefully the backup stories are a little bit weirder. If you didn't know, there was a recent clout fishing thing where I had to get 100 likes on an Instagram post. So if you were one of the over 100 people that like that, I want to thank you because I am hopefully still in the Bad Idea race unless something crazy happened that I missed out on. But I am thankful for all of you for liking that post and everyone who helped share it. Thank you so much. That was really great, and I did not want to be out of this race. And once again, I am Cole, and those were my most anticipated comics for January 25th, 2023. I would love to know in the comments, what is your most anticipated comic? Is it just a cover? Is it a book? Is there maybe a trade paperback that I didn't even talk about that you're pumped for? I love talking comics, so please let me know what you're excited for. I love hearing new ideas and what people want to hear. If you would like to join me on this show, I love to have guests talk about books that they're excited for. I think it gives people a new idea. I don't always have some of the freshest takes, and maybe they're going to bring something that I'm not even talking about. My Marvel knowledge isn't as big as it used to be, but there's certain Marvel books that I follow, so I would just really like to get other people on here. If you are interested, hit me up on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, if you go in the links below, you can find my email. Shoot me an email and let me know, and we'll make it happen. It's crazy to think that the first month of this year is almost over, but hey, it has been fun. I have been reading a ton of comics, and I would like to thank everyone for stopping by and giving this video a watch. If you haven't already, please hit that like, and for whatever reason, if you are here and you do not subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you give me that subscribe if this is a video that you found interesting. As always, I have been Cole. Thank you for stopping by, and peace.
Most anticipated comic books. Most anticipated comic books from Cole.